Tonight on Debbie Dunning's Dude Ranch Roundup, we visit Bridgeport, California to spend a week of good old-fashioned family time at Hunewill Ranch. We'll move some cattle, learn about arrowheads, and have a talent show. And it all starts right now. Welcome to Debbie Dunning's Dude Ranch Roundup. This week, we're in Bridgeport, California at Hunewill Guest Ranch. This ranch is tucked away on the eastern slope of Sierra Nevada mountains bordering Yosemite National Park. As a working cattle and guest ranch with over 100 horses and 26,000 acres of alpine meadows and fragrant sagebrush, this is an unspoiled recreational paradise. Betsy Hunewill and her husband John run the ranch, along with Betsy's siblings and their families. Today, Betsy and John are here to greet me and show me around this historic ranch home. Hi, I'm Debbie Dunning, and I am with Betsy and John Elliott at Hunewill, and we are in Bridgeport, California.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. The Hunewill family can trace their heritage here back to 1861, when Napoleon Bonaparte Hunewill started a lumber mill in Buckeye Canyon.
He placer-mined during the latter stages of the gold rush on the west side of the Sierras, and he saved about $10,000, which was a substantial amount of money then.
Huge back then, yes.
And married his childhood sweetheart,
Esther Hyde.
Esther.
Yeah.
Then they went across Panama on mules, sailed to the Isthmus, and then they sailed from the Isthmus up to San Francisco, and that was about 60, 61.
Yeah, right in there. They started a sawmill, and then a flood and a fire, I think, wiped it out in Woodside. So then they came out to...
Originally went to Virginia City, and
Virginia
City was in its decline, and Bodie was just beginning to boom, and he realized the potential for the lumber here in the valley.
Then he started supplying beef for the miners, and that's how we kind of started getting the cattle ranch.
That's where he started his Bridgeport legacy.
This ranch house has been kept almost exactly as it was 100 years ago. Just stepping in here feels like going back in time.
This is Napoleon and Esther.
Okay.
He was the youngest of 7 children. Napoleon Bonaparte Honeywell, Silas Marner, and Marquis de Lafayette. Wow. And then the rest were like John and Mary and Susie or whatever. So let's start making it easy.
This place has been home to generations of Honeyewills, and all around the property is evidence of many different timelines and individuals who have helped keep this place alive. So we are in the barn, and I'm with Megan Hunewill, and she's just going to show us around and tell us a little bit more history about why this place works so well.
So how we became a guest ranch was that my grandmother, during the Depression, cattle were 3 cents a pound, and they were not even able to pay the taxes here. So that's when she decided that if they took people in here as guests, it might be a good thing. And so she started out with tents instead of cabins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she moved the whole family out of the ranch house and let the guests stay in the ranch house, and they stayed in the tents.
Nice. Well,
and
that's
then
smart.
Eventually built little cabins.
Okay.
And that are now our staff cabins.
I saw those 3 little cabins
those little
over there.
tiny cabins were some of the original ones. And she did everything at first. She cooked and and then she had her family take them out on the rides. But she knew all these guests so well, and she knew their family story, and they were like family coming back, and we really have tried to keep that going here, where we know them and we know their kids and their grandkids, and they all come back, and that makes it really fun for us.
Even Betsy's mom is still hands-on to help oversee things. After all, when you do this your whole life, why would you retire to do anything else?
I love what you guys have done here. I'm so happy. And I think that the feeling that overcame me when I first got here was everybody was happy. Children were playing, they were using their imagination, and I know that's not created easily. So thanks for hanging on to that.
Thank you for saying that.
Well, thanks for having us.
When we come back, we're going to help the family move some cattle, take a ride through the meadow, and take the kids out for a swim in the creek. So don't move. We'll be right back. The alpine meadows surrounding Hunewill Ranch in Bridgeport Valley are lush, green, and gorgeous. For new riders and young kids, it's a perfect spot to let them experience what it's like to lope.
The kids are gonna go swimming this morning. They're gonna lope on over to the creek over there, and we'll still have some loping meadow rides. So Sim will take an intermediate loping meadow ride. Sierra will take an advanced loping meadow ride. We should be able to make it work for everybody.
Loping, or galloping, takes a little to get used to, and after some fresh rainfall, the ground is nice and soft. These kids are taking a break from the main group to spend a day on their horses.
Let's go! You okay, so? Bradley, you don't need to do that when he's loping. Perfect. Pump your brakes. Pump, pump.
And to take a little break and swim in the clear spring water flowing through the property.
Going to the bridge! Whoa! Going under! Come on, Jennifer. I'm going under! Okay, bye.
They're having so much fun. I gotta admit, I'm a little jealous. Meanwhile, the grown-ups are moving the herd into the larger pens to be sorted and loaded up into the trucks.
So we're gonna go out, gather the cows, bring them into the arena, and as most of you guys remember, it's teams of 3, and you'll be parting out cattle, taking them around the arena, and loading them in the trailer, or at least that's the plan. And it always works out in varying degrees of success.
Herding and sorting cattle is ranch work and actually needs to be done, but it's also a lot of fun for the guests. In fact, this task is what birthed the very idea of Dude Ranches to begin with.
We have 160 horses, so that keeps us kind of organized and knows what we need.
That is a lot of horses to keep after. So do you rotate your horses on the rides?
We do.
Because you do a lot of loping, and
do.
I know that would be tough for the same horse every day.
Every week in and week out, exactly. So we have enough horses that if they're looking tired, they can be rotated out and get a week off.
They sure seem to love it, though.
Yeah.
So these are the Wrangler's horses.
Yeah, these are the Wrangler's horses. That's Eddie.
Carrots are here. The eyes are here, Eddie.
Team penning accomplishes the task of quickly and strategically loading cattle. Today we're doing it as a timed event for sport, just to give everyone a chance to try it out.
So as you guys remember, we're gonna have the herd down here on this end. The team that's gonna go first will be in there, of course. The team that's on deck will be in there as well, holding the herd kind of in line with the tires. The team that's going to go is going to ride in there. Ideally, if you guys could ride right in behind each other and part 3 out, and you're gonna take them down the fence here. Remember, you get time added on if you don't make them go between the barrels and the fence. That is showing that you have more control over your animals, and when you do, it'll help you in the end. If your cattle are kind of running amok at the start, they're probably gonna run amok at the end. Remember, you're working together, so don't get tunnel vision on one cow and just ride off and leave your partners back there. You gotta keep looking at the big picture.
Hollywood, say hi to Hollywood.
All right, whenever y'all are ready, did you make a little plan with each other? Okay. All right, go on in there and show us your stuff.
Good horse control is essential in doing this right. These little guys are a bit sneaky, and the wrong move gives them a window to slip through and make a quick getaway.
As they say in polo, and it's wide. These ones have never been loaded. So I would say slower is going to be better on this set. Just keep him on this end. Help him out, you guys. Help him out. Help him out. Never mind. Okay, you just got those 2. Get behind him, Gia. Hey. Okay, now they have a decision to make. Let that one in if she'll come. Time. Onto her. Good job, you guys. Yeah. Perfect. Sword. I love that. You guys did awesome. She's looking out. That front one's looking out. Hey. Good job, Henry. Good save there.
Making a significant amount of noise helps complete this process and get them into the trailer.
They didn't have any penalty. Nobody's rushing them.
And it's a nice sense of accomplishment to get it done.
Come on, get in there.
Yes!
When we come back, we're going to visit hot springs, learn about local native history, and have a talent show. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
15-second penalty. That was awesome.
Something very unique about Honeywell Guest Ranch in my home state of California is that the guests that come here come year after year, and they make sure they all book the same time.
We made a pancake and a cup with a handle. There's blueberries, strawberries, and green beans and candy. Yeah.
That sounds delicious. What's inside that cup?
7-Up. Because it's good.
It's a bowl full of 7-Up?
Yeah.
This ranch is so much like being at Grandma's house. It's a lot of time just relaxing, hanging out, playing games, and just enjoying each other. Some of the guests are actually here with their grandma. Sheila Fanucchi has brought her granddaughters every year for 10 years, and to them, this feels like home.
This is a family-oriented working cattle ranch. They give us a horse and we go with the wrangler and off they go.
It's self-driven kind
Yeah,
of.
it
I would
is.
say it'd be like building relationships with everything.
Yeah. And the horses.
Yeah, it's not like they don't just take you out on a ride. It's more than that.
They teach you everything. I brought you 12 years ago, but now they way outride me. So all of them do. So.
I don't know if that answered our question.
The nearby hot springs offers a place to warm up and cool off. Just a mile or two down the road is Buckeye Hot Springs.
Wow, this is so hot.
Warm water cascades down the steep rocks into the small natural hot tub. If you get too hot, just take a quick dip in the cold river water to reset. Trust me, it works. Oh, after a long day of lollygagging in the hot water and playing games on the lawn, a buffet-style dinner out on the grass lets everyone regroup and share in some fellowship time.
Hope that's not recording.
Got it all.
Well, the food is incredible and exactly what you expect from a family picnic.
Okay, medium rare.
Medium rare, okay.
And let's face it, everything is cooked on charcoal grills, so it's gotta be good. The evening walks here are also a big part of the experience. It's a great way to work off some dinner calories and just enjoy this beautiful sunset and atmosphere.
I have family from Alaska and Washington State, and I'm still in California. As a family reunion, this is how we meet up.
It's a beautiful place, and they invited us to be part of their family on this trip, so it's our second year. Everybody's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Everybody's in a good mood. It's
true.
It's a happy place. Everybody's there to have fun, and it shows.
So we're going to the thinking garden down here. It's a little grassy.
Thinking garden?
This is where people can just sit and think.
What do you think about when you're out here?
I think about all the little critters that live out here and how they survive.
Yeah.
Do you think about Olivia?
The horses and animals out in the field.
What are you thinking about?
I'm just thinking about how all this beautiful land is just so close to where I live, and I had no idea. This feels like I'm so far away, so removed. It's amazing. It feels really peaceful.
Yeah.
The guests here have really impressed me with their appreciation for the love of life, for the land, and for this ranch.
What I like most about being here is seeing the fourth generation family run the ranch. Megan and Betsy was 4 years old when we started coming, but they held it together and keeping going, so that's great.
This is more than just a place on the map to them. This is a place where they hold their heart.
The family, we've been coming for 42 years, so it's been fun to watch them grow up.
Good people, great horses, and lots of fun rides. Fantastic.
Plus the family. Honeywells are just the best. Great family, great kids.
Megan hand selects horses, and she
the Wranglers ride the same horses and they're actually trained. They're not on autopilot and you don't do tail to tail, nose to tail ever. You know, it's all just free open riding.
We had big adventures, I mean, up in the mountains. I mean, it's pretty rare. It is a working cattle ranch. We've all seen everybody all grow up here.
Yeah.
It's so cool, yeah.
I was 2 years old the first year we came, and now I bring my kids. The kids are controlling their own horse at age 6, then they're needing to make it walk and trot and stop and lope, so my 6-year-old can control a horse.
When we come back, we'll learn about Arrowheads and have a talent show. So don't move, we'll be right back. The schedule here is pretty simple. Meal times, activity times, cattle work, and a lot of horseback riding.
She's been riding since she was 11 years old, and she's 11. She's turning 12, so she's really 11 3/4. One of the cool things about going on this ride is it's not single file. Everybody's on this huge field, and we're all kind of able to talk to each other. Nobody has to stay in a certain order. We have a 5-year-old over here handling the horse by himself. It's incredible. Let's go get some breakfast. Okay, it's time for breakfast. We just got back from the most incredible ride. We were like on the field, in a prairie, through the woods, through creeks and streams. This looks incredible. Maybe we'll get a little bit more. But smoke is following me. You know what they say, smoke follows beauty. Or maybe it's you.
I love the fact that I get to work with happy people all the time. They're on vacation, they're enjoying, they love it. So I just do that. I enjoy working with them.
Benny Romero is a local historian and wrangler and is very knowledgeable in grass production, livestock production, irrigation, and almost everything a ranch needs.
And I've known the Honeywells for about 45 years because we were neighbors.
Okay.
I had the neighboring ranch right next door to him. When we sold our operation, Honeywell's turned around and bought all I had.
Yeah.
After it went through other owners.
Mm-hmm.
So now they have everything. Here I am riding the same ranges again. I didn't leave it.
You never left your lifestyle.
Never lost it.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Good for you. He's found quite a collection of Native American arrowheads on and around the property, all over Bridgeport.
Indians were here way back, way back, 300 years ago. Some of this material is probably 300 years old or older.
It's just how you found it?
That's how I found it.
Fantastic.
And I found
what
that
a score.
In the hills around here.
Yeah.
And at Sweetwater. Let's start out with a stick.
Yeah.
They found as straight a stick as they could find and lightweight.
Okay.
And then they would sand it down with this little donut. They'd rub it back and forth and get that little stick to be straight, smooth, that would fly good.
Yeah.
That's what they used to sand them down.
How did they get that little donut? Did they carve into a rock?
They carved it.
Carved into a piece of, what is this, like almost like a lava?
It's a lava. Now like this particular piece right here and this one here and that one there, those were for drilling holes in cowhide or in leather.
Oh really? This is what they used them for? So they're really sharp.
And they have the back end that's wide so that they could grab it with their fingers.
Oh, I see. I see.
The tips broke
that
off of it.
Still, though, it's extremely sharp. What is this?
Those are beads that the Indian ladies wore on their vests and so forth. And those I found on an anthill, where the ants had picked them up and put them up on an anthill.
Wow.
That's where I found those. That's the one I was telling you about, that I want to take it to a jeweler.
Yeah, and have it put into it. Yeah.
Make a gold pin out of it.
That's a great idea. Any of this stuff can be jewelry. I'm not going to touch it because I want to break the tip off.
It's pretty fragile, huh?
Yeah. So many generations have worked and lived on this ranch. It's hard to imagine such an amazing life spent in such a beautiful place. Well, it's our last night here at Hunewill Ranch, which means it's time for the talent show.
Repeat after me what I say and how I say it. I said Josh, 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 Joshua. I said Josh, 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 Joshua. Josh, Josh, Joshua. Josh, Josh, Joshua. I said Josh, 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 Joshua. I said Josh, 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 Joshua. Skidaboo, skidaboo, skidaboo. I said skidaboo, skidaboo, skidaboo.
Oh, songs, jokes, poetry, dance. The talent show has just a little bit of everything. It's great. Betsy kicks off one heck of a tap dancing routine that even Shirley Temple would have trouble competing with. Well, this was a very unique experience for me at this ranch. It didn't feel like being at a resort with a bunch of guests. It felt like being at someone's home in the country, surrounded by family. Betsy and her family are truly an original homestead clan. No one had to try too hard to enjoy their time here. It just comes naturally. No one forced us into horses or locked us into a schedule. We just simply kicked back, entertained ourselves, and went with it. And you know what? That's my kind of vacation. You should come out, see if it's your kind of vacation too. Well, that does it for us this week. But as always, be sure to join us next time on Debbie Dunning's Dude Ranch Roundup.
And just to get out there and ride the horses and experience the view of the mountains is just absolutely fantastic. So it's just something that we look forward to every single year, and it just seems to go so fast. Hard to believe the week is gone already, and I'm just so thankful that they've been here.
When you're ready to book your Dude Ranch vacation, visit our website for more information. And don't forget to tell them you saw it right here on Debbie Dunning's Dude Ranch Roundup.